Hello everyone and welcome to Nikos49 as we have this match on Studio Rumble, the full tournament, week 2 on Dragon Shrine, excuse me, on the Dragonshire. We have team Tryarch here on the blue team, Rupku playing as Malfurion. We have
battle commencing in 10 seconds.
my brain just broke. Loki Bomb playing as oh my gosh, I completely lost it. Kel'Thas, there we go. And then we have Tryarch here on the little goblin, played by Lanethel. Excuse me if I butchered your name. We've got a Zeratul here on Sol'jin. Ooh, Sol'jin, vengeance for Sol'jin. We've got Mufas playing Vala here on team Solo Q as well. On the red team is going to be Tryarch. We have Hazard Man taking quite a bit of damage as Uther here on this team. Lieutenant Destroyer, who sent me this match, is playing Zagara here on the bottom lane for Team Tryarch. We have Shama Duda playing Johanna, very good pick here. And then we have Polar playing as Jaina. On the top lane, Sylvanas Wraith Clan will be playing for Team Tryarch as well. So, interesting composition. We've got healers here from Malfurion. Let's go ahead and pop up the talents here as well. The shrine's going to be active here in about 30 seconds. So, bottom lane is actually taking a lot of pressure. Zagara's just going to be able to push. Vala is not going to have the sustain that she needs to keep this up with. Uther here supporting Zagara. This bottom shrine is probably going to go to Tryarch here because they're just going to have the overall team comp here. Zeratul does miss that first attack. Jaina doesn't take as much damage as she could, but Vala is going to do quite a bit of damage as well. Leoric versus Johanna. It's going to be an interesting little tank war. Now we do have Kel'Thas here fighting against Sylvanas. It's a bit of an even match, but I'd say Kel'Thas definitely does a bit more damage. And as the later game goes, that'll definitely show for it. Now Polar's looking to jump down here and grab the shrine. I wonder if Sol'jin's going to actually risk getting going even though he's stealth and grab it. It looks like there's just a lot of back and forth here on the bottom lane. We do have a stun going out on Vala and Zagara going in with the Hydralisk, but that's not enough damage to take her down. Vala needs to be very, very careful. Mufas here from Team Solo Q needs to be very, very careful. Oh, excuse me, from Team Tryarch. I just mixed that up. Solo Q is actually the red team. Lieutenant Destroyer, my bad. And this tank battle is funny. But as you can see, both of the tanks are sitting in here waiting for the rest of their team to actually grab the shrines. And we do have first blood here on the top lane. Kel'Thas does get Sylvanas out of position and take her down. So this top shrine could easily be taken by him. He's opting to actually get more XP. Now part of the strategy there with this is that you want to get the dragon shrine as late as possible. The first dragon is not going to be that strong, and to fight and die over it is really not the most advantageous thing ever. So Leoric is pushing back Johanna. This is a very interesting team comp that it seems as though Zeratul's doing a good job roaming and did that extra damage to Johanna so that they can actually push her back, because Johanna is an amazing tank. Excuse me. Johanna, just a note, did take Knights, takes Pawn, so she can definitely push that lane by herself. Here we go. We have Zeratul coming in doing that additional damage. The spike did not land for him, but they're able to go back and forth. So basically dancing back and forth. It looks like Team Tryarch has decided to rotate down and to push this bottom shrine as quickly as possible. Leoric is pushing them back, doing a slow. Uther comes in for a heal. Malfurion is using the roots to kind of get everybody away. And it looks like Tryarch is going to grab this bottom shrine if they can just hold it a bit longer. Kel'Thas is growing for the top one as well. But no one's in middle lane. It looks like Leoric is moving on up, trying to get that position. But I think that bottom shrine is probably going to be contested before he can actually cap that. Yeah, Johanna's not going to let that happen. And Zagara comes in here with a lot of damage. Malfurion is really low on Team Tryarch, and Lieutenant Destroyer here on Solo Q is actually able to help them push that back. But that's what you get when you have 3 guys down here laying down the creep here again. So this middle lane is just going to be contested again. We're going to have a lot of back and forth in this match with 2 really good tanks and a lot of damage dealers coming out here. So top shrine is taken by Kel'Thas. He is going to sit here and soak even more XP. Now because Sylvanas died and that top lane was not soaked, and Kel'Thas is continuing to soak this lane, Team Tryarch is going to be able to have a bit of a lead, and they already do. It's about a half a level lead here over Team Solo Q, so it's something we have to watch out for. They're going to need to find a way to even things out, because once it gets to level 10, those ultimates are really going to play a very large role in these team engagements. So there we go. They're seeing the shimmer. They're watching for Zeratul coming in and doing some shenanigans, so Team Tryarch just needs to be well aware of that. Look at that, Jaina's coming in doing quite a bit of damage, but we do get a blink, or was it a Void Stuff from him? to actually move away. If we look at the numbers here, oh, we do have an engagement. Uther does stun there, but nothing really of note. Now it looks like middle lane, no one is soaking, and they're coming down here. It looks like Solo Q is going to try to push this bottom. I've never heard him say that. Did you guys hear the voice from the characters here? Oh, it looks like Zerathul's going to try to come and grab this, but I don't know if that Shrine's going to hold in time. Now Zerathul's trying to get this. It's about halfway done. Is he going to get it? And he does get the first Dragonite. So the first Dragonite goes to Treyarch. Team Solo Q is trying to grab the Shrine again. It looks like everybody just sat on it and actually held it down. So we've got Dragonite pushing this middle lane, doing quite a bit of damage to the gate. The gate does go down, about half ammo left in the towers. And it looks like Soljin is driving that dragon this time around. Let's go ahead and take a look at the talents that everybody's picking. Johanna coming in here just doing a bit of damage, but basically Soljin's been pretty much uncontested and doing a very good job of taking down towers and walls here with this first Dragonite. Lieutenant Destroyer is pretty much way out of position. Johanna does come in here to support, but Soljin does punt Lieutenant Destroyer away. He has it really low on health, and he's only got about 13 seconds on that Dragonite. So they're probably just going to push for team engagements, get a bit more of an advantage. They definitely have a level advantage right now at level 9. One full level. But Johanna just continually puts herself in that position to take as much damage as she can. Oh, and she is sniped down! Johanna does go down on Team Solo. I thought she was going to be able to walk away from that. And Uther does take quite a bit of damage as well. Lieutenant Destroyer looks like it took rapid incubation, so able to sustain and not worry about the heals from Uther. So Lieutenant Destroyer has opted to be even more kind of tanky. But almost taken down there actually in this lane. But Uther does come in and save the day with that heal. See, this is an interesting team comp because Sylvanas can push a lane, but they've left Gelthos here to just do unmitigated damage. And he can't. He could probably melt her down. They do have level 10 talents. It looks like, let's go and take a look and see what ultimates are grabbed by Team Treyarch. It looks like March of the Black King, very interesting pick here from the Leoric player. And we're gonna see how well that puts him in these team fights. Honestly, the clumping up of Team Solo Q is really going to be interesting to see how the engagements pull off here. Now, Jaina and Johanna against a Leoric, he's not going to fare too well, but they know that Zeratul is actually roaming around the map, so they need to be very careful. We do have Rain of Vengeance coming down from Vala, Tranquility from Furion. We do have a Phoenix in here from Kel'Thas, and then also a Void Prison from our Zeratul. Which hero went down? Oh, it looks like Jaina was taken out mid lane. Leoric just went all in and did a lot of damage. It was probably helped here by Zeratul. As you can see, he's stealthing away. So some even more of an advantage going to Tryarch right now at 11 to 9. Now, Solo Q does have their ultimates now. Let's see which ones they pick. Zagara went with Maul. We do have Wailing Arrow, which is the silence from Sylvanas, who has taken down this combo of Zeratul coming in and sniping. He's doing a very good job of roaming. We're going to need to see hero damage here in just a moment. But we'll go ahead and look at the rest of the talents. Looks like Johanna went down with Blessed Shield, which is going to be able to... It's a skill shot that does stun enemy players and is able to lock them in place, so that's going to be some really good... If we get good timings, there's going to be some good engagements there. Uther went with Divine Storm, so he can do an AoE stun on the enemy team. And then also summon a Water Elemental from Jaina, which is basically like a version of Phoenix, except it slows. So it's going to be very powerful. Now Vala and Malfurion are going to be able to hold this a bit, but they're not going to be able to take this shrine with 3 members of Team Solo Q holding this down. Zagara is going to rotate up the top. This is probably the first time we've seen Zagara actually move up. We do have a kill down on Vala here on the bottom lane, as it did push in and take her down. Let's go and take a look at damage here from both sides of the team. Vala has the most hero damage on Team Treyarch. We do have... Oh! Zeratul is actually really out of position. Zagara's doing a decent amount of damage, but he's probably going to be able to get away. Polar is trying to come in here and do a bit more damage. Took some hits from the tower. And we do have Tranquility coming down from Malfurion. Not sure why he did that out here. It looks like you cannot stun Malfurion during the Tranquility. It just continues to roll. Now, Void Prison coming down, locking him down in stasis. But it looks like that is actually messing up the shrine as well. I did not know that happened. And Zeratul's doing a ton of damage to Polar. Polar's trying to get away and does drop down the Water Elemental. But Uther's being focused like crazy with Leoric, just doing tons of damage. And the Maw comes down just a second too late to try to save Leoric. But he does come back in his golden ghosty form. and he is able to heal Polar as they move away. But Team Treyarch does grab the bottom shrine, has the top shrine, but Johanna is not having any of that nonsense. She's actually camping up here with Kael'thas and Leoric coming up here, though she's going to have a very, very hard time holding this down. But if she can just do a little bit of damage, even if it's shield glare to hold them off, she's going to be able to do her job. Are any members of solo queue going to actually be able to come up here and help with this? It looks like they're not, because they were actually grabbing the bottom shrine. The fights here in this bottom lane have been pretty good, and we should really continue to watch those more. Top lane, it looks like solo queue does grab that top lane, but Kael'thas comes right in and takes the shrine back again. It looks like Jaina was taken out in this bottom lane. I believe in the bottom lane. I did miss that kill, unfortunately. Oh, we've got no one here in the middle lane. The bottom shrine is taken by Team Treyarch. Are they going to be able to hold it? Oh, good roots, actually, buying some time for their team. It looks like it's interesting. They pushed harder to kill Johanna without giving the Dragon, so they traded the objective for a team kill. And at this point in time, it's kind of okay, but honestly, Malfurion and Vala holding this bottom shrine is probably not the best idea. They're kind of risking a lot, but it looks like Kael'thas has decided to come in. Lieutenant Destroyer is seeing this move, does throw down some of those minions, does sacrifice himself, but the roaches are down, so he definitely cannot take those out right now, except the roaches do prioritize taking on the minions. So, interesting team engagement there. But it looks like the shrines are being capped yet again on the top here. It's really interesting. We have, oh, so much damage from Zeratul. Holy crap, that is so much damage, and he just blinks in here to take this top shrine. Let's go ahead and watch the middle lane here and take a look at how much damage Zeratul has done. 17,000. Actually, Leoric is leading the team with siege damage and hero damage, and it does look like they were able to grab the Dragon Knight here in the middle lane. Johanna's just taking a trip inside the base, and this tower is going to go down. Excuse me, this fort is definitely going to go down. Looks like Zeratul is going to put some pressure here at the top with this wave. Uther's going to try to hold this bottom because they're pushing here in the bottom as well. This is some very, very good team play from Team Treyarch. They're letting the Dragon and Leoric do damage in the middle lane, forcing the entirety of Team Solo Queue to come in and actually deal with this threat. Does take down the walls. Or excuse me, the fort here and one tower in the middle lane, and they're pushing top and bottom at the same time. They're doing exactly what they need to do to continually keep the pressure on. They do have a 3-level lead, which is really, oh, there goes the March of the Black King, basically zoning out all of solo queue. And this Void Prison, actually, I would say, is more beneficial to solo queue in this engagement. And Divine Storm does come down from Uther. He does his job and is able to heal, even though he is taken down. He does his job as a healer and as a pseudo tank to take them down, and they do smoke Leoric there. He tried to get away with a little ghosty walk, but it did not work. So some really good team comp here, and honestly, this could turn the tide a little bit in the fight because the Dragon Knight's not going to come up for a bit. They're going to be able to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Look how quickly the walls go down here by Team Solo Queue. Bottom lane, we do have Tryarch kind of doing what they can with taking this camp, and honestly, going up here and defending is probably going to be a better choice. So I wonder if they're going to be back once they actually cap this. Let's see what they do. And it looks like they're not. It looks like they're going to mount up and actually go somewhere else, probably grabbing more camps. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what damage we got put out here from both teams. Johanna's actually done the most siege damage. It looks like Zagara's done the most hero damage. And at the end of this match, hopefully, oh, you know what, we probably won't be able to see XP contribution, but we can kind of, figure that out from here. Now, Uther is actually trying to help with his bruiser camp. Not the best idea to have him doing this. Sylvanas would be perfect for coming down here. But Sylvanas is actually going to push with the bruiser camp of their own. So Team Solo Queue is trying to turn that tide back around. They have caught up by a full level here. There was only 1 level gap, so which actually means they caught up by about 2 levels because they had a 3-level disadvantage. Johanna here just camping out this middle lane like she has been the entire time. All right, let's see a minion fight. Siege v Siege. Epic. Look at it go. Oh, we had a hero Saint Sylvanas here. I'm sitting here joking about the Siege v Siege here, and Sylvanas has taken down bad commentator. Johanna's going to be able to hold this just fine, but Polar's going to come in here and do a bit of damage as well. But Kael'thas is not going to have any of that. He's going to do Living Bomb on Jaina here, pushing her back. Now, Leoric does come up here, ready for the shrine, and they've got the Bruiser camp pushing at the exact same time. Tryarch has actually timed this very well. They do get top shrine. They do get bottom shrine here with both Malfurion and with Zeratul and Vala here holding this. Who's in the middle lane? Oh, it looks like they've already got it. was that Loki Bomb has taken the Dragon Knight. It's going to go for this middle keep here because the tower's already gone. There's only one tower and a wall. But Polar decided to just go ahead and push herself out there and do a ton of damage here. She's actually punted all the way back here. That is completely ridiculous. But they have focusing down that Dragon Knight so fast. There's almost a full minute left. So honestly, Treyarch did not do as well as they thought they would for this dragon because they pushed straight from the middle. Look, they didn't even take down this tower. So very good engagement here by SoulQ, and very good pressure by Treyarch, and good timing to actually get the Dragon Knight as quickly as possible. There was the follow-up that was probably lacking a little bit there. Zeratul is trying to push this top lane, but minions are not there to support. We do have some engagements here in the middle. Lieutenant Destroyer is going to hold this middle base, and it looks like the walls and the towers are down. They are going to fight under the keep here, which is very dangerous. Leoric is here to tank a lot of that damage, but we do have a Jaina and Lieutenant Destroyer. Lieutenant Destroyer is smoked down by the combined might of Vala and Kel'Thas. That tower is going to go down. Polar needs to be very careful. Jaina is a squishy character, and Sylvanas has actually had a really hard time dealing with Kel'Thas this whole game. So with Vala support there as well, it's going to be a really hard engagement. But that silencing arrow is doing work, slowing them down. Uther stuns Vala into oblivion, and she is deleted from the game. Oh my goodness, and Johanna is actually able to bring back in Malfurion. Are they going to turn around and focus on the Arc? We do have a Shrink Ray that came down. He is so incredibly tanky. I don't know if they're going to be able to take him down, but they are holding off Team Treyarch and actually pushing them back. It seems as though they have decided, you know what, if Team Treyarch gets a Dragon Knight, we have to react appropriately, and they're really doing a very good job of coordinating there. Did I just see a double Phoenix? Do we have a rewind? Is that what I'm seeing? From Kel'Thas? Rebirth? Oh, he repositioned. Sorry, he repositioned. Never mind. What Jaina does go down. Oh, that Maw is so good, but are they going to follow it up with anything? A little bit of damage there, but enough to actually move away. Or not fast enough. They do actually move away. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the map here real quick. We've got level 20 here on Treyarch, level 18 on SoulQ. SoulQ is definitely on the defensive. Treyarch has all of their forts still there. Towers are down, walls down there. Walls and towers are still here, and down here we've got walls and towers as well. So it looks like SoulQ is still a bit on the back foot, but they're getting mercenary camps as they're waiting for their team to resurrect. This is exactly what they need to do. They get a little bit of mercenary camps. Leoric's going to push this top, which is going to be difficult to deal with. But they're going to put all their eggs in one basket and hold down this bottom shrine, which is a good call. They have a little bit of pressure going on in the bottom lane with the siege camp. So they're basically forcing the engagement here. They're not going to split it up. They're like, you know what, we're just going to do this. Come on down. And they're going to hold this up. Lieutenant Destroyer taking so much damage, but Zeratul is melted down. So a 1-for-1 trade, honestly, I would say, I don't know, it's a pretty even trade between the two of them, but Johanna does go down, which is difficult to do for sure. So Treyarch is definitely in the lead on that bottom lane engagement at this time, but no one is ready to grab the Dragon Knight. If you look, there's no one up there actually able to snatch that up, even though they did get the shrine, they did take care of the siege camp. It looks like all of Team SoulQ is going to go up in the middle and actually get this team engaged. Polar is dancing around. Oh, look at that mount from Uther. Sylvanas is actually really low, but we do get a Shrink Ray from Uther down on Vala, and the stun, and the damage from Jaina, and the lockdown from Divine Storm. So they said, no thank you, you can just get the heck out of here. And Uther's going to try to play tank this one, but he's taking so much damage. Oh, he does take a ton of damage. He's going to sit here and try to interrupt Leoric, but that's probably not going to do it. And Jaina's trying to be very careful, a little cheeky here with a little in and out play, but it looks like they are going to be able to get the Dragon Knight, and Treyarch does get another Dragon Knight. Now, are they going to be able to push with this one a little bit better than they did last time? Last time was a very, very short Dragon Knight. 4 members of Team SoulQ are actually alive and ready to go. Oh, that ice block from Jaina. Such good skill there. Wraith Claw here, and Sylvanas is very low on health. Johanna's just sitting in the middle of that, not worried about all the damage she's going to take. She does get punted out, and Zagara's coming in here again. There's about a minute left on this Dragon Knight again, and 3/4 of the health is gone, but they are pushing this keep very hard. Oh, the Void Prison coming in, locking up Johanna in the middle of the air. That's awesome. Jaina is focused down very hard, and it looks like this keep will fall with the Dragon Knight. So still a bit in the back, but a 2-level lead for Team Treyarch here going into this match. And I don't know, are they going to go for more keeps? Are they going to push for the core? Because right now they're in a very good defensive position. There's 4v5, they do have a Dragon Knight. but they're defending. They're able to go back and heal. And it looks like Uther just doesn't care. Uther's just going in for the Divine Storm, positioning himself in between the entirety of the enemy team. And Johanna's trying to do the same thing to position their teammates to do a lot of damage. And for the most part, it's been working. But at this point, they're actually taking a ridiculous amount of damage from Kael'thas. They need to spread out. That living bomb is just going to take them all down. Oh, man. And Lieutenant Destroyer is taken down from Zagara. So we've got full damage being dealt to the core. Is Team Solacute going to be able to push this back? We're down to 30%, 20% on the core, 5%, 3%, 0. And it looks like the match does go to Tryarch here on week 2 on Dragonshire with Studio Rumble. Holy crap. What a good game. What good team engagements back and forth. Tryarch did have one bad Dragon Knight, but overall, they dominated with grabbing the shrines. Some really good team play left and right, but I would say Solacute was a little bit on the back foot with, I think, Zeratul roaming the way he did. Sylvanas was locked down with Kael'thas on that top lane because Kael'thas was able to do enough damage to push him back that she was not able to be fully utilized. So definitely fantastic game. Tryarch will definitely move forward in this next match for next week. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the talents that we got for level 20. So Leoric did go with Spectral Leech, which continues to increase his sustain. Vala went with Nexus Frenzy, which is fantastic. Malfurion went with Storm Shield to aid his allies. Kael'thas, as we know, went with Rebirth, so he's able to reposition that Phoenix. Zeratul went with Nexus Blade, which slows for 1 second and does 20% more damage, which is a very good talent. We did get Bolt of the Storm from Zagara and from Sylvanas. Good picks to actually give them the mobility that they need. We did get Indestructible from Johanna, which gave her more sustain. Redemption from Uther, which allowed him to actually come back to life every 180 seconds if he is killed, and goes into his ghosty form. And then we do have Bolt of the Storm from Jaina. So thank you to both teams for playing a great match and sending me the replay. I will get this up on YouTube. Thank you everybody for joining, and I will see you guys next time.